Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. Today we're going to be covering Algorand on the daily and weekly time frame, looking at some potential targets and potential areas for some sort of relief rally or bounce, and potentially an impulsive wave into a corrective wave too, looking for a breakout. So we've got very key levels of resistance above us right now, and those levels currently sit at 29 cents. Which is where we're currently being rejected from, and we put in this lower high than this previous high here in February. And we've also got very strong resistance up here, which was our previous high to the one we've just created, this lower high here, which was in November for Algorand at around 45. So we've got these two very key areas of resistance that we need to keep an eye on for Algorand. And these will be the areas or targets I'm looking for moving forward that we need to break above before we see any sort of larger momentum here for Algo. Now, one way we can look at this is Algorand has now got this level of resistance on the this descending level of resistance on its head too. So I'm going to change this to red quickly so we can see that it's a level of resistance in front of us. So you got this point of contact at 45 cents where you've been rejected, putting this massive impulsive wave down. You've come up into resistance, and our current level of resistance we need to break above is 27 cents. So if we start to see Algorand coming back here for a certain level of support and starting to come up and tackle this trend line, I think that for me would be bullish. And what we've got here is a large wave 1, and this is a corrective A, B, C wave 2, looking for the next impulsive move to take out this descending resistance and re-attack this 29-cent high up here. That is our current level of resistance we need to break through before retracing to this 45. So what I'm looking for is something that I've pointed out in previous videos with you guys. So Algorand had this sort of rising channel here that it was caught between for quite a few months and for quite a few weeks, and we sort of put in a top at this point, okay, and met this level of resistance and created this descending trend line for ourselves. And what we did is we called up between support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance in this rising channel. Now, what I said in previous videos is if you see us lose this support and confirm that support as resistance, which we did for 2 times, okay? We actually came up to it twice a minute as resistance, and we actually ran into this descending trend line, this red line right here, as we did here at 45 cents, and we've been pushed back down off of that. Now, I said when you lose these patterns, okay, they have a high probability of playing out in retracing back down to where they started. Okay, so I've said look for support for Algorand at around between 21 and 20 cents. Okay, and you can see we've been pushed down to this mark here. Now, what this is indicating to me is that we've had an impulsive wave 1 off of lows. Okay, so off of these 15-cent lows here for Algorand, what we had here was this really impulsive wave, and we started creating this bearish pattern called a rising channel, a rising wedge. We ran into resistance and created a lower high than this 45 cents, which has given us this red trend line. So this is the breakdown. And now what's happened is you lost support of this rising channel, you hit it as resistance and kept hitting it as resistance, coiled up in another rising channel, and actually lost the support of that too. And now we're being pushed down, and I think we're trying to retrace back down to where this pattern started forming on this impulsive wave 1. Okay, so to take that away, what I'm basically looking at here is this is a really large wave 1 impulsive move. We've created this descending level of resistance on ourselves now from 45 cents to 29. Now this is our current level of resistance at 29. Off of this wave 1, right now you've got an A, losing support of this rising channel that we was in. We lost support of it, ran it into resistance of the B. Okay, so that's the B wave, and right now we're in this impulsive C leg down, looking to retrace back down to where this pattern started forming. Okay, and what I think this is then again is a wave 1, and this is a corrective A, B, C wave 2, and all we need to do is bounce off of this support somewhere around here, 20 cents, and re-attack this red trend line. If you see Algo find support here, okay, after this impulsive A, B, C correction is in, and we do start to tackle this red trend line, I do think that's the confirmation signal that we're looking to attack 29 cents again, and potentially putting in this a corrective wave 2, and we're looking for this large wave 3, and I think wave 3 has the potential to actually get us up to 45 if we see the break of this trend line and multiple closes above 29. Okay, and this would start the impulsive wave 1. This is a wave 2. You're looking at a wave 3, come back for a wave 4 and a wave 5, and that would take out this 45 cent in the near future. Okay, so but again, we have to see support hold here for Algorand to confirm that. We need to see support held, and as I've said, that target is back down to 20 cents. Okay, now you can see off of this high, retracing to the lows for Algorand that we put in December. you can see also here that currently we're losing the 050 here on the weekly. Okay, we're starting to push down below that right now. So if we do lose 21 cents and close below that, my target is that 20 cent area. Okay, the 0.618, the golden ratio. And again, if we look to the daily time frame, you can see that golden ratio sits roughly around the support level for Algorand of the rising channel that I said once you lost support of that, confirmed it as resistance, this was your push down target. Okay, 0.618 at 20 cents, back down to where this pattern started forming for Algorand. Okay, because this is the impulsive wave one. The bearish pattern to end wave one was the rising channel. We confirmed the rising channel was resistance and created an A, B, C. And right now I think we're looking to put in this final little impulsive move down to the 0.618 if we close below the 0.50. Okay, if we close below the 0.50. So do look out for that on your charts as well. Okay, because if we hold 21 cents here and you do see Algorand come up here and this is the wave 2 done and you start seeing Algorand get back above 23, then I think that could confirm that it's a short wave 2 and this is a wave 1, wave 2 to the 0.50 looking to break out of 29 cents on that wave 3. Okay, but potentially what I think is happening here is we've come up in a large wave 1, had that A, B, and I think we're looking for a C back down to 20. Okay, I really do think we're looking to come back down to 20 cents. And if we hold that as support, I think this could offer optimal opportunity for someone for people who've been on the sidelines and missed this past couple of months of pump to get involved and actually ride the next wave up. Okay, and what we have here on the grand scheme of things, if I take everything off the charts and minimalize this, what we could potentially have, you can see that this is a very strong level of resistance, okay? So that 29 cents for Algo, because what this was previous support from June. And we formed, so here was previous support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, and we actually held this area for support for a very long time. We lost that support, and now you can see we're hitting our heads on resistance. So what we need to do here is come back, put in a higher low, and form some sort of ascending triangle, building up over time where you're holding this level of support, and eventually we could tackle out of this 29 cents. That's the confirmation that you've lost this support, you've ran into it as resistance, come back, keep putting in higher lows over time, okay, and actually get back above 29 cents. And hold it as support. That's your confirmation to run back up to this 45, okay, and that's what I think is potentially happening here. And what we could have is a low running into previous support as resistance here at 29 cents, coming back for a higher low, and you've got some sort of double bottom as well. And we could essentially kind of go from the neckline right now at 29 cents back down to this low. And you can see that once we do break out of 29 cents, it does bring you up to that 49 cent range. And you'd actually be tackling out of this 45 cent high. Okay, so potentially this is the lows in for Algorand. But to see that, I keep saying we have to hold support. Okay, we have to hold that 20 cent mark. Okay, because if Algorand comes down and loses 20 cents and hits his head on it multiple times, I think you're then going to start retracing back down to these 15 cent lows. And it could be quite a nasty ride from there on, and we could have some targets. I'll give you targets to the downside now, actually, just in case, because we have to look at both sides of the scenario. But if Algorand does potentially come down and lose 15 cents, okay, and this is an impulsive wave into resistance, and we're just looking to correctively move, I think if we lose 15 cents in this year, I think we could look for 13 and 10, okay, at a maximum fear. But again, that's a long way off. Right now, we have got some sort of bullish structure. We are seeing some sort of relief here. We've had a relief rally. We need to hold support, okay? We have to put in a higher low than this low. We have to, okay? And build up some sort of base here over time where you're putting in higher lows and you're just running into this resistance looking to break out. And if you do, as I've said, you've got that 49 cent target, which would take out this 45 cent high that we was previously running into as resistance. So I hope you enjoyed today's content. Very simple, very basic, no EMAs, just support, resistance, and patterns. Okay, and I think keeping it simple sometimes is very, very important. So I hope you enjoyed the content today, guys. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bells for my next videos. From Chart Nerd TA, take care. Peace out.